This is quite a story. 25 alleged members and supporters of a far-right extremist group in Germany have been detained today for allegedly seeking to overthrow the government. The massive police operation reportedly involved more than 3,000 officers. The arrests stretched across Germany and into Austria and Italy as well. CBS News senior foreign correspondent George Jackson is joining us now with the latest on this. A good afternoon to you, Charlie. I mean, when I started to read about it, it kind of reminded me of what happened on January 6th here on the Capitol. I mean, they wanted to storm the Parliament building. What can you tell us about this?
Yes, good morning to you, Anne-Marie. There are parallels there. This is what has the German authorities and prosecutors concerned about that. So the huge headline, as you said, 3,000 officers deployed, including special forces, intelligence agencies. It's been considered or called an anti-terrorism operation. It took place in the overnight, early mornings. 130 different locations were raided. 25 people have been arrested, but as many as 50 people may have been involved in this alleged coup, this alleged plot. But a little bit of the background in this, the German intelligence authorities have identified this group called Reichsbürger, Citizens' Right, for a number of years. Some of them are politically active, but there's more of a concern that there are a lot of former military, former soldiers. They're believed to be heavily armed and intent. So in terms of the numbers today, 25 doesn't sound like a lot, but they believe, the intelligence services believe that as many as 2,100 people, 2,100 may be so moved to take on violent acts. There may be as many as 21,000 active members, and they believe that this group, this core group, was actively recruiting more people. Now, whether or not this is a clear present danger to the state, whether that's true, the German authorities haven't shared that information yet, but yes, it's a huge operation in 3 countries to take the people in that they felt most dangerous and install them.
Yeah, I read that a minor aristocrat was possibly involved or connected. Tell us about the plan.
Yeah, well, the plan, according to German prosecutors, was, as I said, on January 6th. So, seize the Parliament building, rush the Parliament building, storm armed, take it over and install their own government. As said, Prince Heinrich, 13, as its leader, did. You can see some of the suspects being taken away. So, it was enough of a concern for German authorities, and they felt the need to swoop in immediately. We've spoken to our friends in Germany, our colleagues in Germany. Of course, it's being taken very seriously. I, like you, saw that headline about maybe this might be something of an overreaction, take over a comparable German state. Well, the German prosecutors don't see it that way. They saw the threats to the German state in Germany, but in order to reduce that threat to its private members, again, former soldiers, former military, heavily armed, and recruiting more people.
Stunning, Charlie. Thank you very much.
Energy demands are rising.
Shalom. This relates to Germany arrests 25 suspects alleged in a coup related to in Germany. Authorities in Germany detained 25 alleged members of supporters of a far-right extremist group for allegedly seeking to overthrow the government. A massive police operation involved 3,000 officers from different sectors. CBS senior foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata, which is CBS London News, was reporting on that.
There's passion, and then there's like obsession. Yeah. And then so then Jeremiah would kind of step on that. And I was like,
Breaking overnight, police in Germany arrested 25 people suspected of planning to violently overthrow the government in a far-right extremist plot. Some 3,000 officers conducted searches at 130 different sites in one of the biggest counter-terrorism operations in the country's history. Officials say the suspects belong to a terrorist group aiming to overthrow the state and install its own leaders. Many of those arrested had military training and included former German soldiers.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday.
So that's another report of today. Police in Germany arrested 25 people suspected of planning a violent overthrow of the government and far-right extremist plot. Officials said the suspects belong to a terrorist group aiming to overthrow the state and install its own leaders. Citizens, I think the name of it was Citizens Right, I believe he said the name of it was. Let's get some more reports. This group was monitored for a while anyway, so a lot of these groups been monitored for a while. Germany arrested dozens of Klan-inspired Reichenberg groups accused of plotting to German forces a far-right plot to install Prince Heinrich the 13th in the coup. So pretty much put his own leadership in there. That's why it's part of it. German bust a far-right T-cell, the T-cell, it said planned in a coup with a violent Reichstag attack, man. That's a few reports. Bloomberg, Reuters, Al Jazeera, NBC News, ABC, CBS News, Associated Press, BBC, ABC News, NRP, which is a news press review, Washington Post. US Today, another one there. All right, let's get subscriptions real quick. Let's go to Second Heritage 15 and 14. Start there. Woe to the world that's awarded to the world for destruction, and them that dwell therein. 15. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So what's the modern day sword? Is the gun. So different factions, different groups, category groups of people versus other category groups of people, societal, racial, different factious groups, extremist groups. They're going to fight one another using what? The sword in their hand, the gun in their hands, man. Scripture talks about Luke 12 and 51. Think not that I come to send peace on earth, but I say nay, but rather division. So the division is being set forth upon these people, man. A part of the division, all these different fascist groups in this society are being set, putting that divisional spirit on them, man. The Lord is putting that spirit of division on them, man, where some are going to trying to come against the governments, the powers that be. I'll read that. That's a future scripture ahead. Paraphrasing, they take the course of their hands and not regard the kings and princes, man. And that's what you're seeing, man. For example of that, in Germany, man. So a fascist group of people trying to take the course of the power back in their hands to try to and that they're not respecting the princes and powers, the ones in power in position of power. And that's the government, man. So they try to overthrow, you know. So they have no regard, no respect, man. Let's get that scripture. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So I just gave you an example of regarding that, man. Number 16, for there shall be sedition. Sedition goes to insurrection, violent uprising, mutiny, man. Among men invading one another, they shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. So they're going to take the power back in their hands. They not regard the kings and princes. For example, the German plot, man, trying to overthrow the powers that be, which is the government, man. And you see it protest, you see it uprising, you see it in a variety of places all over the world, man, over economical, social, financial, social issues, man. And they not regard the kings and princes, man. So that spirit of division is being set forth for the people. Think not that I come to send peace on earth, I say never, be rather division. So the Lord is putting the spirit of division on the people, where they're not even regarding the ones in power, man. Number 17. A man shall desire to go into a city. So a man's going to desire to go into a city, but can't, man. It shall not be able. Why not? Lockdown, curfews, martial law. That's what that is, man. We have precursors of that related to medical martial law, essential business travel, curfews. You know, we had look at what happened in China. It's still happening, related to pretty much lockdowns, man. That's going to be a bigger version of that on a more grander scale to come, man. Number 18, scripturally speaking. Number 18, for because of their pride, think not that for many great miseries shall happen to them that dwell in the world, because they walk greatly in pride. 2nd Ezra 8:50. I missed that. These miseries, why these miseries, these calamities, these atrocities are coming upon these people, man? Because of pride, man. Pride before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall, man. 16:18 of Proverbs, man. So pride is one of the major key components, besides sin, besides transgressions, iniquities, wickedness, and most of all, one's in a position of power, man. You know, related to go to Proverbs 29:2, man. With the wicked and authority, people mourn, man. When the righteous and authority people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, people mourn, man. They're in the position of power. You know what I mean? That's why we have these things. That's why judgment is being set forth. The Lord hates the wicked every day, man. Psalm 7:11, 9 and 16. The Lord is known by the judgment he executes. 9:16 of Psalms. 7:11 of Psalms. Related to the Lord is angry at the wicked every day. Why? Because the wicked is in the position of power. That's why. That's why people are mourning. Related to Proverbs 29:2, man. Psalms 2nd Ezra 15:18. For because of their pride, because of pride, the city shall be their trouble. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So the stated condition regarded because of pride and many other factors, the cities and houses are going to be destroyed, and people are going to be afraid. Men and children are going to be afraid. But number 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. That's the modern day gun, man. That's the sword. And spoil their goods. So they're going to spoil their goods, man. They're going to take their goods, spoil their goods, and do a lot of things. Do a lot of things. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Home invasion, public, private entities, houses, businesses, establishments, man. There's one video in Philadelphia, a gun owner, a Hindu gun owner, a Hindu businessman. He hired police. He hired a security armed force, man. Security with AR-15s, man. Scripture says, "Don't trust a nice sword." I believe that's in Psalms 44. You know, but as a business person, you know, he's doing for what's in the best interest he feels for his business and his customers, man. But that lets you know what kind of times we're in, man. We're in very civil unrest times, man. Unrestful times, man. Very unrest times, man. People breaking in stores and establishments, not regarding kings and princes. That's that divisional spirit that's being set forth upon these people, man. Because things operate and move like normal here doesn't mean somewhere else it's not normal, man. Let's read that again. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread. Because of lack of bread, lack of resources, victuals, goods, man. That's why they home invaded. That's why they business invaded, man. Because they're hungry. It's going to be they're in a certain state of mind, man. A desperate state of mind. So they're going to do a lot of things, man. They're going to do a lot of bad things, man. That normally they wouldn't do, man. Because of the time and state and condition of society, man. It's going to be in a very pretty much a low. A very poor condition, man. It's going to be a bad time, man. In the times to come, man. Go to Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, modern day citizen against the citizen, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against their neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom, man. So that's that division, man. That's that division being set forth, man. This was something short. Hope it helps related to that article. Give all praise, Yahweh Shemir, Shabbat Shalom, Kakadash, Zion, Wolf, Shalom.